Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say. Mother, mother, can you keep them in the dark for life? Can you hide them from a waiting world? Oh, mother, father, gonna take your daughter out tonight. Gonna show her my world. Oh, mother, not about to see your light. And if you wanna find
Privileged, white, male radio. My name is Rod. RodGrafting@gmail.com. That's my email address. So I'm listening to the news this morning, and I'm hearing about how Donald Trump was in Flint, Michigan, and he's talking about manufacturing in the United States. Jobs. Make America great again. Bring jobs back to the United States. And one of the positions that he's taken is that shit that gets made in Mexico, cars specifically, Ford's got a big plant down there, I know that. Cars that are made in Mexico and then shipped back into the United States, that made by Mexican workers, jobs that have been taken away from Americans, will be charged a 35% tariff to come back in here. And a lot of economists are losing their minds. Oh, what an idiot! What a dummy! It's going to put a 2 billion trillion. I don't even know if it was a billion or a trillion. I forget now. A lot of money. It's going to put a big hole in the economy. All that's going to do is hurt American workers. It's not going to do any good. This guy's a buffoon. Doesn't he understand that cost will get passed right along to consumers? And then people won't buy as many cars, and that's not good for the American economy. Okay, that's fucking great. Fantastic, Mr. Economist. I'm glad you have all your degrees. I'm glad you know how this shit works. That's great. Thank you for enlightening all of us and informing all of us about how this plan is just utter shit. But I have a question, Mr. Economist. I wish you were sitting across from me right now. I'm sure you'd give me some kind of long, drawn-out answer and try and speak above my my intelligence level to confuse me. That's how that shit works. Why is it that the 35% tariff is going to be passed on to consumers, so it just can't possibly work? Yet anytime taxes are raised on corporations to pay for God knows what the fuck ever, that's just fine. No problem. Rich corporations, make them pay their fair share. They're not paying enough. Stick it to them. They're evil. Nothing but evil, greedy fucks, and we're going to tax the dog shit out of them. The Democrats run around, they've been saying that for fucking decades. How come I never have heard an economist say, that's going to put a giant hole in the economy? Don't you understand? They're going to pass that cost along to the consumer. Fucking pathetic. Are people really this stupid? Am I the only one that sees this? Or am I just an idiot who thinks he's got it figured out and doesn't? Maybe I don't. But it makes perfect sense to me. Anytime you levy any kind of increase on a business. It doesn't matter if it's a shipping cost. It doesn't matter if it's a production cost or an increase in wages. Whatever gets put onto any type of a business, that cost gets passed along to you and I. That's the way it's always been. Hey, corporations don't pay taxes. Yeah, you're right, they don't. We do. We pay that. That's all that phrase means. Of course they pay taxes. They're profitable. Of course they do. But we end up paying it because those costs are all figured into the cost of whatever product or service we might be buying. This is Econ 101 as far as I'm concerned. But I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not even sitting here trying to tell you that Trump's plan is the right way to go. I just thought it was extremely fucking interesting that people come out of the woodwork when you mention a tariff and what that will do to the economy and how it will get passed along to. That's the first and only time you hear anything talk about them talking about anything getting passed on to a consumer. But for some reason, when the government makes a business pay more for something, that getting passed on to you and I is never ever mentioned. I honestly cannot tell you. Even by those, maybe a few on the right have brought it up, but they've been fucking decimated for daring to speak that. You're just greedy. That's all. You're just a greedy right-winger. You just don't want your corporations and your fat cat. It's so fucking sickening. The bottom line here is a shitload of jobs have been taken from this country and moved to other countries. Whether it's Mexico, China, Australia, Germany. Companies have moved the fuck out of the United States. Why? Why? Because they wanted to experience a different culture, right? That's it. They wanted to go. They needed a European base of operations, right? That's why they left. Oh no, that's not it. Well, what is it then? They moved to Mexico for cheap fucking labor. That's all, greedy fucks. Yeah, okay, you're right about that. Cheap labor. Why is the labor cheap there? Well, because Mexico's economy and it's not quite what the United States is, and people will work for less, and they don't have the law. They have the laws. There you go. Regulations. Cost. It's all about cost. And taxes. United States has one of the highest corporate tax rates in the world. Give me this shit. We can't charge you. At least it's going in the right direction. Don't you think it's at least addressing a real problem, which is companies leaving the United States, companies hiding their money? I'd much rather have them in the good old US of A, employing my fellow Americans, than running away to try and hide their goddamn money from the government. And that's what it is. Make no mistake about it. They're running away to hide their money from a government that just can't get enough of sticking its fucking dirty little fingers into every crevice it can to try and suck out a dime. Because there's so much money out there that needs to be spent. Trillions and trillions of dollars. Trillions. It's never enough for the USA. It's never enough. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.